Hi everyone, get ready with me in this life journal as I explain to you about my first day at work. So I've been doing homeschooling for a very long time and I realized it's not working for me, especially on my CV, but homeschooling financially is working for me, routine-wise it's working for me because it gets me to work with different clients at different moments and my schedule is very flexible. But I realized anytime that I was trying to apply for jobs, especially abroad and even in big schools within the country, it was really hard because I don't have an experience per se according to them because they cannot justify or quantify that I've actually been doing homeschooling because most clients who do homeschooling will prefer they remain anonymous, so it is hard for them to actually give you a recommendation. Anyway, a school in Kenya, it's actually an international school, a Muslim what affiliated school, gave me a chance, and I felt so good about it. And so this day, it was on 15th of August, and I was getting ready on my first day at work. And so, what are the differences that I found between homeschooling and mainstream school now that I'm actually recording this video? Or rather, I'm recording this voiceover 3 weeks after being in that school. I'm actually a class teacher for year 5B and I have 23 learners. As compared to homeschooling setting, yes, I have many learners, but I meet these learners at individual basis at different moments, and all of them are not in the same year. For instance, when I was doing homeschooling, I had 6 learners, and two of them I worked with them during the day, like on normal school hours. They were doing full-time homeschooling, but four of them were actually students on tuition, meaning I used to work with them on Sundays and evening classes, and I had many others, probably 10 or more, that I had subcontracted teachers to help me out with. And so you're seeing, as much as I had many students who were under me as homeschooling students, I worked with them on an individual basis as compared to what I'm doing right now in school, which is I have to work with 23 students at the same time. So the good thing of being in a school setting is that you are able to actually, it is a fast-paced place, meaning you're able to actually grow. You're able to coordinate yourself to be able to meet 28, 23 personalities or more at the same time. That's in a school, in a class setting. We've not even talked about a school setting yet. Then it also improves on your management skills because right now I'm able to manage myself. I'm able to actually manage the system as compared to when I was in a homeschool setting, which was more of freelancing. And then here there are systems, meaning I'm under someone, I'm under a lead teacher because the class teacher of the other class is actually my lead teacher, meaning I take her lead. And then I'm also under a pastoral head who is in charge of year 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm also in charge of other class teachers because I teach other classes. So when I'm in their class, it means I'm under them, and when they're in my class, it means they're under me. Then after that, I think after that we're under the curriculum leader. After that we're under the mentorship lead, the mentorship coordinator, who ensures that actually each of the children has a mentor and that you actually follow up on your mentees. And then we are in the head of section is in charge of us equally, meaning she's actually my direct contact in case I need a leave and all that. And I'm also under what? And can I call them pastoral head still? Because whenever we are on duty, we have the person who is in charge of duty, who is in charge of all the teachers who are on duty. And then after that, we're also in charge of the administrators, like the HR, the business manager, the IT manager, and then now the principal of the whole school, who is in charge of the primary section and the high school section. The experience has been really good and fast paced at that because I get to work. I leave the house at 5, latest at 5:30 to be at work by 7, and then I leave work in the evening around 4:30. And that doesn't mean that I've neglected my homeschooling duties, no. So it is really hectic on me because I need to be a teacher at school, but at the same time be so I'm a teacher at school, but I'm an administrator of my own. So changing and shifting from being a teacher to being an administrator in the evening hours or over the weekend is really challenging because the shifting the shifting is really hard, but I'm really trying my best on that. And I'm loving both places. I'm not sure if I want to let any of them go, but maybe at some point I'm gonna have to choose what works for me, or maybe see how I can actually have both homeschooling and mainstream coexist for me. But so far so good. As a teacher, I'm enjoying my experience. I'm learning a lot from my peers, which is something else that I did not have in homeschooling, because in homeschooling it's like I've been left in the wild alone to figure out things. And if anything, all my teachers expect me to be knowing everything. But at least here now I have my colleagues that I can ask from and get to know what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. And I'm learning a lot because we always have some retooling almost every week on Wednesdays, and we get to learn from other teachers who have prepared something. Something that I actually liked is what we call a project, or what, an able project, something of the sort, whereby we get to do a project that incorporates, it's like integration of all subjects into one. So we're gonna have students do one project that incorporates more than three subjects in it. It can be English, it can be maths and history together. For example, we're gonna talk about, let me give you an example of what I can think of right now. Let's think of transport in the olden days. So you can figure out, because they're going to have to present their work in either English or Swahili, that is one subject already. They're going to do history, which is part of it. And maybe they're going to talk about how many kilometers were covered with some of those vehicles in comparison to how many kilometers can the modern vehicle actually, how many kilometers in hours can the modern vehicle actually cover. So as you can see, we have already done some differentiation and some integration of maths, history, Swahili, or English in it. And so ideally, the culture of this school is that you are not allowed to wear a coat like the one that I'm wearing, because it's actually short. You're supposed to wear something long that can cover your hips. And then my cleavage is actually out of question. I'm not supposed to be having that cleavage. So ideally, I'm supposed to be wearing something that covers up all the way to the neck, or I'm supposed to actually do a scarf. But either way, I'm loving the experience, and walk with me and see by the end of this term, where will I be. So far I've already done duty for 1 week, and I wasn't alone. We were like probably like 6 teachers, and it was really hectic, but I almost passed out, but passed out because it's like you're in class, then you're on duty. Like, I think the other day I only had 55 minutes of rest from 5 in the morning to 10 in the night. 55 minutes, my friend. But either way, keep it here and let's keep journaling together and see what happens.